So I sold my Canon M50, and it's one of the most popular cameras on YouTube even 7-8 years later. If you are a beginner photographer, creative, and you're thinking about upgrading to a Canon R7 or any other upgraded camera, this video would be for you. The Canon M50 that I had versus this Canon R7, and what made me make this transition. So let's get the M50 some respect. The camera is definitely legendary. It was small, it was affordable, and most importantly, it was simple. I could just pick the camera up, hit record, and just keep everything going. Didn't necessarily have to learn everything pertaining to the camera. If you're brand new when it comes to content creating, you don't really want to estimate a simple camera, because simple cameras like your phone, or smaller cameras like the M50 or the R50 or whatever it may be, those are definitely entry-level cameras that you want to definitely learn and get into the game. Why did I upgrade to the Canon R7? It wasn't because of any type of hype on YouTube, but there's some things that forced my hand pertaining to the M50. When it comes to the M50, obviously it has its flaws. The 4K crop, it has, the autofocus is kind of messed up. The smaller batteries. It got frustrating in a sense, after a while, after I used the camera. And I noticed that newer cameras kept coming out, and it was hard for me to kind of stick with the M50. When it comes to the R7, uncave 4 crop, uncave, uncropped 4K, got the bigger batteries. It's a hybrid based camera, so I can do photo and video. It has the oversampling. It has pretty much everything that was ready to use in a camera. With the R7, not being careful on learning on how to really use the camera, it does have its flaws. If you're not good at doing the basics when it comes to your focusing, if you're not good at using the manual mode when you are using photos, or photo or video mode, if you don't understand lighting and composition, all that's going to show within your work. So that's why I say it's best to learn the fundamentals when it comes to any camera, whether it's beginner, intermediate, advanced. It's best to learn the fundamentals first, because as you are going out there shooting and actually getting out work, that is going to essentially show. Essentially, the M50 was a way for me to kind of freely learn on how to use the camera, but the R7 was forcing me on how to fix my flaws when I did make flaws pertaining to any of my work. So pertaining to the verdict of this video, is it worth upgrading? You could stick with the M50 if you feel like you still need to learn, if you still need to kind of learn the basics, the fundamentals, and if you want to kind of use it as a B cam and you just want to kind of just get started and it's cheap and affordable, go ahead and start with the M50. But just be aware, like I said, of the 4K crop, the battery life. Just be aware of the autofocusing, the coloring, stuff like that. If you feel like it's time for you to kind of upgrade and get yourself moving and grooving with, on a more intermediate level, if you feel like you want to be able to learn a little bit more about, all the hidden features, and kind of understand the coloring and the science of this computer, of this actual camera, then go ahead and get the R7. Just because you get a better camera doesn't mean it's going to instantly involve or instantly improve your work. If you don't understand the skill level, it doesn't matter if you have a $500 camera or a $5,000 camera. You still have to understand the skill. If you don't understand the skill, it's going to show in your work. I just kind of wanted to have a reality check, because there are some things I do miss about that camera, but I feel like at some point in time, I needed to just upgrade to the bigger body, the better body. And at some point in time, I'm going to upgrade from an R7. I might still keep the camera and just get something different and use this as a B cam, or I might just sell it all together, get something better. I do have another video that's going to be coming out pertaining to this R7, but also I have been talking about cameras and like phones and stuff like that. So we're still going to talk about the iPhone, and how does it mash up with this R7. Even if you feel like you're not ready to necessarily upgrade to a bigger body, but you want to use your phone, I'm going to do a comparison when it comes to my phone versus the R7. So do not miss that video when it does come out. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and keep creating out there.